A bill proposing a temporary toll increase for Bay Area bridges to fund public transportation has now been put on hold. If passed, that bill would have raised tolls by $1.50 on 7 Bay Area bridges for 5 years starting next year.
State Senator Scott Wiener co-authored SB 532 and also put it on pause. He joins us live tonight. Senator, thanks for being with us. This bill needs 2/3 majority, and there was opposition even from lawmakers right here in the Bay Area. Why the pause? Was it because you don't think you could get those votes?
Well, I think we all agree that we have a major problem with our public transportation systems in terms of funding. Their ridership has recovered significantly from the pandemic, but it's been gradual. And so we're at risk of massive service cuts in the next 1 to 2 years if we don't act to provide more funding. We worked in the budget this year and we got some funding, but not enough. And so I then introduced this bill as another part of the solution. We had a lot of support in our Bay Area legislative delegation, but there was opposition too. And so ultimately we ran out of time to try to build consensus. And so we are going to work over the fall recess to try to build more consensus around a funding solution.
Yeah, you mentioned a money problem. A lot of opponents say that instead of pouring money onto a problem, public transit agencies need to just improve their operations, that they need a better plan to improve the better performance, things such as public safety, cleanliness, in order to get this new public funding approved. What are your thoughts on that?
We need both. We need our public transportation systems to be efficient and safe and reliable and clean. And we are definitely working with our transit systems, particularly BART, to support those kinds of improvements. We absolutely need a better rider experience. But we also should not fool ourselves into thinking that that'll solve the problem. It won't. These are significant shortfalls. It's several $billion region-wide over the next 5 years, and we need funding in addition to those reforms and improvements. We need both.
Hey, Senator, one argument I've heard about this bill is that it would affect, lower income drivers more so than others. I mean, do you agree that they would be hit the hardest here? And is there a way moving forward that you would address that in your bill?
Well, we were actually, before we ran out of time, we were in conversations about how to really support working class commuters for whom the bridge tolls are a hardship. And we need to do a better job for lower income commuters. But I didn't know this when I went in. 2/3 of the trips over Bay Area bridges each week are by people who are going over once in a week. So there are ways that we can support and provide relief to lower income commuters without jeopardizing our need for more funding. But let's also be crystal clear. Transit riders on average are quite low income compared to drivers. And if BART and Muni start cutting service, we will see low income workers not be able to get to work, students not being able to get to school. These are disproportionately lower income, non-white Bay Area residents. And we owe it to them and we owe it to the region to have functional public transportation. It would be horrific for the Bay Area. More congestion, depression in our economy. We will fall short of our climate goals if we let transit fall apart. We can't let that happen.
Yeah, and I think everyone would agree. No one wants to see more congestion out there on the roadways. Senator Scott Wiener, we appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.